Cremate me. Cremate me. Throw me in the oven, dust, take me out somewhere nice, and poof, put me in a cannon. Matter of fact, I think that's the way I want to go. Cremate me with some confetti. Take me out to my favorite spot. Matter of fact, where I proposed to you.
Okay.
Off that hill. Bring everybody together. Loved ones, family, exes. Get everybody together at the same time. And say they final words. And then, boom!
Babe.
That sucker go out and y'all watch all of it. And there we go. That's it. I do. Oh, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back once again. Listen, I can only speak for myself. I missed y'all. I'm super duper excited to be back with you. It's your man Royale, the loudest podcast on the airwaves. After I do,
and I'm white.
She's here. So excited that you decided to show up again. Look at us, we're matching. We have matching. We have our After I Do shirts on. We should go get remarried.
Oh no!
Where the you don't want to renew the vows?
No.
Hey, hold on. I got to say right here, it's renew your vows. VOWS, not vows. The next person I hear say renew your vows.
Yeah.
Your AEIOUs is not that. It's vows. Okay. And April says she's not having it. So all right. Make sure you like, subscribe, leave a comment, hit us on the inbox. So we're responding to all of the relationship questions and any questions that you have. Feel free to inbox us, and one of us, more than likely me, will get back to you. All right. Now, usually on this After I Do podcast, we usually save the Ask April and Royale for the end of the show. Mm-hmm. But since we had such a super chunky question, I thought this is a big question. Uh-oh. I thought I would start the episode with the Ask April and Royale. And it is coming in as anonymous.
Okay.
All right. So, hey, April and Royale, I need some advice. I'm not going to say the names, mom of two. About 9 years ago, I was dating a childhood friend. We were together about 6 years, and my second son is his biologically. My first son is not. Okay. But he's been his dad since he was blank months old. We broke up in February 2016. Oh, my God. What? We broke up in February 2017.
Okay.
Since then, I haven't dated anyone because I always felt like we would get back together once we were both in a better place.
Right.
June 2019, he was killed. And I've been having a hard time raising our son since losing my best friend. All right, I basically need some advice on how to raise two sons alone. Also, coping with his loss. This is the third loss I've experienced in 1 year. So they've experienced a lot of grief. I know at some point we need to get in some type of therapy, but it's kind of hard finding something that'll work around our schedules. I also plan on moving to another state. So what do you think do you think I should even consider therapy in my current state? Just some advice will help raise my sons because I know as a woman, I can't teach them to be men. Thanks in advance for any advice. So we got kind of three things we're unpacking here. We have the single mom issue. We have this woman who's grieving the loss of her best friend. That is huge. Right. And we also have the idea of Black people in therapy. Yes.
Okay.
So I'm going to let you, where do you want to start?
I'll start with raising those young men. Well, she put them in order. So I'll say losing someone is always horrible, but he was your significant other. Whether you were together or not, you share a child. So that is your best friend. I can't even imagine. I would say because the move has not come yet, I think you have to operate in the now. Meaning, where are you now?
Yeah.
The move you say it's going to happen, but anything can happen. Maybe you decide you don't want to move. Maybe you meet somebody. Maybe someone convinces you to stay. So you cannot not have therapy until you move.
That's powerful.
Okay? So first and foremost, find a therapist for yourself and for your little young men. That's number one. Ask for referrals. Go online. See if there's any. There's so many groups. Find a group with single moms of deceased spouses. Trust me, may sound like it doesn't exist. I'm telling you, there's a group for everything. So get into that. Find one in your area or close. That's for you. Then I think as you start to get your help, you ask around, or maybe your therapist that you find who can help children, because for me, I would want different therapists. Now, that might not be possible, but ask, because you're an adult and maybe that person really just knows how to deal with adults. And then there's one for adolescent and young kids. Get yourself some help, then get those kids some help. That would be now, not when you move. Your move could take 3, 4, 6, 7 a year. Get it now. Okay. That's number one. Number two, I would say raising a young man, you're probably going to need some outside help. If it were me, I would look for a mentor, but not every person can be a mentor. So make sure you get referrals on that person. Not going to say that the club, Boy Scouts are the best thing, but make sure you find something.
It may not be the best thing at all.
Within the United States, there is a group called Mocha Moms. I was a part of Mocha Moms. See if there's one in your area. If there is, there'll be like-minded little children and like-minded moms wanting the best for those children. And you can get them play dates and stuff like that. And you never know. Maybe there's a dad that wouldn't mind taking your little two along while he's taking his boys fishing. You never know. So I would look into support groups for moms in that way as well. But also, don't say you can't raise a man. You can. You just have to be mindful on what you're doing. Don't do the things where most women make them their best friends or tell them too much or whatever. Make sure that they have guidelines. Look up online. What should I be teaching my young kid? You can Google that. Teach him how to tie a tie. Make sure he knows to keep gas in the car. Teach him how to change a flat. Go on Google. Become, what you would want. Teach them the things that you would want in a young man if you had to go court again, Teach them how to be respectful to women. So you can raise, because I was a single mom up until 8 years old, and I made sure Joey had everything he needed. I kept him active. He was in gymnastics. He was in swimming. He was in track. He was in baseball. As a single mom, I did that. So I know it can be done, and I know it's going to be tough, because I would leave my job in New York, get on a train, have to pick them up, go to practice. It was tiring, but you can do it, Yes, I had a little bit of outside help. My grandparents were very old at that time, almost 80. They were helping me out the best way they could. But for me, it was mainly me and a couple of girlfriends, in a pinch. Can you pick up so-and-so? I'm on my train. It's late. So ask your friends and family or whomever you have around you to kind of pitch in. And you want to move. Are you moving somewhere closer to more family? Are you moving because you don't want to stay in the same place where your loved one was killed? I want to know what's the reason for the move. Hopefully it is to get more reinforcement, more help per se. Maybe you are in a place where you and that person decided you wanted to move and then this happened. Now you need to go back to your support system. So just make sure you're moving for the right reason. And if you are going to move, that wherever you're going to go, you'll have a little bit more help. And that's basically it for me.
I want to weigh in as well, because I think April made a lot of great points. I think as we kind of unpack this thing from the top to the bottom again, I think the biggest thing that stands out to me is, first and foremost, getting yourself the therapy you need. Because without that therapy, I don't think you could be the healthiest version of a mom to those two young men that you have. I think all too often as African Americans, we either don't see the value of therapy or we can't afford therapy. And it's certainly not something that, and I have to shout out Charlamagne the God, who's on the Breakfast Club, because that's his thing. He advocates for it. He talks about it all the time. He talks about the mental health and well-being of us.
Yes.
We didn't grow up with it. And I know I have white friends who talk about going to therapy all the time.
All the time. You'd be surprised.
It's like, you know.
I'm like, you go to therapy? Just about all my friends do.
They talk about it all the time.
Like,
they take advantage of it. It gives them something or somebody to talk to help talk through these things that they're going through. And I know even for myself, there's things that I've gone through that I have to consider. And even now in talking about this, like maybe I should go get therapy for some of the things. I've had losses. I've been in war. I've been, had to experience death. And so sometimes to make sense of these things, we need to go to a professional that can help us work them out so that we don't stop ourselves from moving forward and living. All right. So that's the first thing. Regarding the idea of you being a mom and having to raise two young men, I think one of the people that stands out to me, there's actually a couple of people that stand out to me. The first one being Isaiah Washington, not Isaiah Washington. Oh my God, I don't know why I was thinking about him, but Isaiah, the basketball player, Magic Johnson's best friend. No, Detroit Pistons. Oh my goodness, I'll come back to him.
Okay.
LeBron James was raised by a single mom. LeBron James is doing some amazing things right now. He's putting kids through college. He's an amazing father. He's a gifted athlete, but he's a difference maker as well. And he was raised by a single mom.
How about
Isaiah Thomas is who I was thinking about.
Oh, okay.
Detroit Pistons. I think his induction into the Basketball Hall of Fame speech is a tearjerker because he talks about his mom and the sacrifices she made as a single mom. And these are solid men, right? There are going to be some things.
Durant. There's a lot of
Kevin
them.
Durant is another one. But the universe is going to hand your young men some lessons that will force them to be men. All you can do is offer them as much information as you can from a mom, and position them to be the best human beings that they can be based on the resources that you put around them. To April's point, there's an organization, national organization, Mocha Moms. And if you find a circle of like-minded women that will circle the wagons, there will be some husbands, fathers, boyfriends, uncles, that will become uncles to your young men.
Right.
But to the point of like any organization that you start to introduce your children to, you should vet that organization because you think it's safe. Boy Scouts America, one of the biggest organizations for young men in the world, is problematic. They're having, issues and lawsuits with young men being taken advantage of sexually. So my 2 cents worth is to vet out any organization, human, ask the questions. One of the problems we have as a community is that we don't ask the questions. Listen, if I leave my son over your house, is he safe? Is there a gun in this house? Is there a sexual predator in this house? Right? Is there another child that has an issue with children and not being able to get hands to themselves? So you have to advocate for your child on behalf of your missing better half until another person comes into your life that's going to step in that position. And so that leads me to my other point, which is, right, allow yourself to grieve, but also stay open to the idea that the universe, God, however you label that energy, may send another human being your way that can step in and fill the void. All right. I think that's very important. It's like, don't close yourself off from the opportunity of finding new love. I know it's hard when you lose your best friend. I can't even imagine having to go through that type of grief and having to kind of find your way through that. But stay open to the idea. It happens, unfortunately, every day. We lose people. Husbands lose wives and wives lose husbands, and we lose children, but we have to stay open to the possibility that the universe is going to send a new person along the way to help us build out this new version of us and our family. Right. So that's my 2 cents worth on it. I hope it adds value to your life. But, the reality is at the end of the day, we still have to continue living. We still have to keep living. So, again, that's what I wanted to start with this one so that we gave at the time and we didn't feel rushed at the end of the episode. But this also brings me to another thing that you and I need to discuss, and I think there may be some value to discussing it on the podcast, which is making sure you have your affairs in order. I know you and I started a conversation offline that I think it's not problematic for us to discuss online, which is having a will in place, having insurance in place, having a nest egg in place. Is there anything that I'm missing? Like a will,
power of attorney, your directive, your health directive. That's a lot of people forget that. Like, God forbid, if one of us are in a coma, you have to give, if you have it in writing, it's in writing. You know what to do, because at that time, I think I give the directive and put it in place, meaning legally I write it, Royale, do not resuscitate me. If it is in, something that looks dire or whatever, I have the right to write it out.
Do you want me to resuscitate you?
I don't know. It depends on what it is. If it's just like a car accident and I need something, or the probability of me gaining conscious is 70%, yes, let me live. If it's anything more than that, then I don't want to be sitting in the bed, burden everybody coming to see me, and there's no hope. I know God can change or do whatever.
God is in the miracle business.
But maybe you put a time frame. After 8 months or 12 months, whatever it is, let me go. You know what I mean? But that's my choice, not your choice, not to keep me for 6, 7, 8 years. And, you could have hope, but, again, I don't want you to rack up bills and, be bankrupt because I'm on this ventilator machine that's costing you, like, you'll never get out of debt from it. You know what I mean? So there's things you can put in place. And I think the power of attorney is very important as well for both of us, putting the kids in order. Who do we want to handle what? And then with the will, who gets what, you know what I mean? So all those things are very important. And like you said, the insurance, the life insurance, do you just want burial insurance?
What's the value? Here's the thing. What's the value of insurance? Let's talk through that, because there's all kinds of different insurance policies.
Right.
But let's talk about one. What's the purpose of insurance?
The purpose of insurance, I think, for a married couple, should one of them pass away, it took one agent to break it down to make it make sense to me. Insurance is there just to replace that other person's salary, which made perfect sense.
So the other spouse can have a quality of life without you having to be
correct. Okay. You're not trying to get rich quick or whatever.
Because that's what black people think.
Yeah, that's not what it's for.
My aunt passed away. She in her will, or she had insurance, and her family got $1 million, and that's not their purpose of insurance.
The purpose is, and he broke it down, should something happen to Royale, how much does he make a year? X, Y, and Z. Okay, what would you need to make it for the next 20 years so you can live comfortably? Let's just give a number of 100 grand. If he makes 100 grand a year, and for the next 20 years you want to be okay, you might need $2 million. You know what I mean? That's what it's for. If he's making $50,000 a year to replace it, okay, so you may only need $500,000. What is that? Because you do have to pay a premium on that amount. So beware of that. People, it's so easy to say, I want a $2 million policy. Well, that's going to cost you $300 a month for the rest until something happens, or if nothing happens.
Yeah, and if nothing happens, you're not getting that money back.
And that's what happened. People go on gun-ho, I can do this $300 until year 5, and bills are due. Guess what? They can no longer pay it, and the insurance policy lapse. So you pay
and you lose all that money.
Can you say that again?
I'm going to tell you right now.
You lose all that money. It has to stay in place until that person passes away.
Until they expire.
You can't just say, it sounds good, $2 million, but I'm healthy. I'm not going nowhere, per se. So now year 5, you can't afford it. So think about what you need. But if that is exactly what you need to make it, then you have to make it your business to make sure you pay whatever that premium is. You can't afford for it.
That's
to
why
last.
a lot of those things, when we had stable economies and people had blue collar jobs, all of those things were taken out of their paycheck.
Right.
There
so you
was
didn't
a
have
more
to
stable
think about
system.
it. Correct.
If you just went to the factory and you showed up every day, you worked 40 hours a week, insurance was taken out of your thing.
Yeah.
Your
retirement
was taken out. Your Social Security, all of that. So we had a system in place so that by the time you retired at 65 years old, all of the things that you need to be able to live from 65 to 85 or 90 were already waiting for you. You had burial insurance. You had all of the stuff laid out, so all you can enjoy quality life after you retire. And you had a retirement party. They don't even do that no more.
And we probably need to do a podcast with a specialist because we have so many overnight millionaires. We have so many people, influencers, making this fast cash, millions of dollars, and they don't have anything set up. They don't have insurance set up. They don't have
listen,
IRA set up.
How about just us? We don't even have nothing set up.
Right.
We need to have it for us.
That's true.
So I think what we're gonna do moving forward,
that's not true.
Put this in place.
We do have.
We're
in a union, so.
Well, we're in a union, and I'm prior service military.
Yeah, so we do, but
we just need to have it organized so we know what it is.
Correct. Right. I think we need to streamline it.
We need to streamline it. We need to lay it all out so we know what it is. We know where it is. That's the other thing. It's like, should something happen, right? When you're grieving, you're not going to be able to think straight and make sound decisions, and that's where people lose out.
You need one envelope.
These funeral homes are in the business of making money, right?
Correct.
And nobody wants to think about this, but if I can make $2,000 more off of your grief and sell you a casket, that because you feel in a certain kind of way, you want to bury him in this, he would look good in this casket. It's $5,000. Cremate me. Throw me in the oven, dust, take me out somewhere nice, and poof, put me in a cannon. Matter of fact, I think that's the way I want to go. Cremate me with some confetti. Take me out to my favorite spot. Matter of fact, where I proposed to you.
Okay.
Off that hill. Bring everybody together. Loved ones, family, exes. Get everybody together at the same time. And say they final words. And then, boom!
Babe.
That sucker go out and y'all watch all of it. And there we go. That's it.
Oh, okay.
And then have somebody like a publisher's clearinghouse. So right where you're grieving, they're going to come with a check. As soon as you open it, you look at how much you got. Then you be like, okay, maybe it's not so bad.
No, that's not the case.
Okay, maybe. I don't know. We can get a check for $5 million.
No.
Okay. All right. So, I think we covered everything.
We covered
this
a
episode.
lot. Yes.
So you guys get your affairs in order, right?
Yeah.
But take an opportunity. Let me go here to the God camera. Take an opportunity while you're living to make the best of this journey together, so that at the end of it, no matter how it may come, you have a peace of mind about what you built together regardless, right? We can't make the assumption that, right, our parents and grandparents had these 40, 50-year relationships and until God called them home. Some of us, unfortunately, tragically, are being pulled away from this earth under circumstances that are outside of our control, right? The thing that we can work on is waking up every morning grateful for the opportunity to be here on this earth with somebody that we love. So I know as I wake up every day, my one prayer is that I have enough breath to go out here and fight and do what's right for April and these boys and for the people that are in my circle, my family, and my loved ones. So that's what I wake up with every day.
I think the only thing missing right now with all the influencers and these young kids making this fast money is literacy, a financial literacy, because they all think they're invincible. I'm making this much money. They don't have nothing set up for their parents. They don't even have they have nothing set up. And if you don't have anything set up, young kids, the state is going to come take your money and put a cease on it. Like, nobody has access. If you don't say your parents or designate who's going to have your money in your house and whatever, probate comes in. And they don't even know what that means. Nobody can touch it. You have to go to court. And your parents or whoever, your wife or whatever, they're going to have to fight for it. So that's what's missing. There's a lot of fast money going out there, but somebody needs these record companies and all these people managers and deals, but they're not sitting them down, because I know it's probably really hard to tell a 20-year-old, you need to set up your will and your power of attorney. They don't want to hear that. They trying to make their movies, their videos, and they're popping their bottles and the money. But a lot of young kids have died in the last year, young kids that I'm pretty sure didn't have anything set up. So my advice to all the young people out there, yes, they think it's morbid. I'm never going to be 50. Like they 20, they can't see that, 60, 70. They're like, why are we talking about that? Because it's a fact of life. You can, you come from New York to LA and you don't make it out of LA. We see that. Like, it is real. So set up your family to win. That's it. That's my last thing. Set your family up to win.
All right. Stay focused, ladies and gentlemen. It's the livest podcast on the airways. After I do, relationships, love, and laughter is all here. We're here to share a word. Make sure you like. Make sure you subscribe. Tell a friend to tell a friend. Leave a comment. If you hit us up on the inbox, April or myself, one of us will respond to you. But again, we'll see you on the next episode, because we are
out.